Good day. Welcome to the first ever podcast or webinar of DJI Enterprise and DJI Philippines, which is Above and Beyond. Currently, drones are high demand here in the Philippine market because of its versatility and the way it captures moments, which is bird's eye view. At the same time, it is widely used in law enforcement, construction, engineering, and even agriculture. So the question is, why is there a need to regulate drones in the country? To answer that question, we have here our guest who is in charge of regulating not only the aircraft, but also UAV or drones here in the country. Let's welcome from the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines.
Hi, I am Attorney Irish Prashon, the officer in charge of the Aviation Safety Analysis Division and the Executive Assistant to the Deputy Director General for Operations of the CAAP.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Sir?
Yeah, I am Edmund Lexter P. Eclarinal. I am the Assistant Division Chief for Approach Control Division under the Air Traffic Service of the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines.
Thank you, sir. And sir?
I am Jumbo Christian Abales, Air Traffic Management Officer 4, in charge of the Airspace Evaluation Section.
So there you have it, guys. We have here our guest from the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. So right now, medyo tense po tayo ngayon. No? Wag po tayo kabahan, ma'am. Attorney, sir, wag po tayo kabahan. Before we start, let's play a game muna. 3 facts, 1 lie. So, isip muna kayo ng facts about your life and isang lie and huhulaan po ng calling nyo saan doon yung lie po natin. So, sino muna kaya? Let's start po sa... Ladies first. Sige, attorney. Huhulaan po. Yung makakahula po ng tama, may prize po mamaya.
Drone ba yan?
Sige po, attorney. What's your 3 facts and 1 lie po?
I am 24 years old. Grabe, I am 24 years old. I run marathons. And then I am a lawyer. And what else? 3 facts, 1 lie. No?
Yes, po.
And then, ano pa? Ay, hala. Hindi ko na alam. Oh my God, hindi ko na kilala ang sarili ko. I am from North Cotabato.
So, sino po kayo makakasagot? Ano yung lie po ni attorney?
Can I try?
Yes, sir.
You're not from North Cotabato.
Tama ba?
Hindi. Taga-Kidapawan po ako. Nakapait sa probinsyana.
Ikaw, sir, try.
Probably the first one.
Which is?
24 years old.
Thank you po, sir. Ilang taon na po si attorney ba?
Maybe 25.
Ang safe na sagot ni sir. So, correct po ba, attorney?
The correct answer is yes, I'm not 24 years old. I am
X number of years old. So, congratulations, sir. So, next kayo, sir.
Yeah, yes. I'm an air traffic controller. I'm a basketball player. I am a swimmer. And I am a pilot license for drone.
So, sino po ang magta-try? Ano yung lie po ni sir? Wala.
matangkad siya, so probably basketball player. Swimmer? You're not a swimmer?
Swimmer, I am.
Sir, try.
The last one.
Yeah, I am not yet a drone, a license for drone operation.
Oh, ayun. Grabe ang galing ni sir, ah. Sir, house and block po, mapapanalo na niya. Kaso sa flower pot lang. Sige sir, sa inyo po.
For me, my favorite color is blue. I love to exercise. Math is my favorite subject. And I want to jump from a running bus.
Sir, sa silent mo ba kayo, sir? Okay lang po ba kayo? So, bakit pinagdadaanan po kayo?
The bus is already slowed down, but it's still running.
Yes po. Okay, so sino po magta-try?
Yeah.
Si Sir Talang.
I think number 3 is Aloy.
Yes, you're right.
Ano ba yung number 3, sir?
Math is my favorite subject.
Oh, so gusto nyo talaga, sir, mag-jump sa bus?
You once jumped in a bus.
I once jumped.
You once jumped. I thought you won. So ayun, at least nakilala po natin yung mga guests po natin dito. And right now, let's delve in sa ating first topic, which is the overview of drone regulations here in the Philippines. So we want to ask, sino nga po ba si Cap and ano yung role niya po sa pag-regulate ng drones here in the country? Kasi even po ako, sir, when I first bought my drone last 2018, hindi ko po alam na may Kaap po. I thought yung kay Kaap is aircraft lang yung mga pinapilot po natin na and commercial aircraft. So, sino nga po ba si Kaap and what is your mandate po, especially in terms of drones po?
So, Kaap is the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines from its name. It has jurisdiction over manned and unmanned aircraft. Well, yung drones is considered an unmanned aircraft, but yung sinabi mo nga, may jurisdiction si Kaap on aircraft, which is under the International Civil Aviation Organization, a drone is considered as an aircraft.
Okay.
So, kaya nga ang tawag sa kanya is unmanned aircraft. So, Kaap has jurisdiction over that. It ensures the safety and security of our manned and unmanned aircraft operations.
Okay. So, ano ma'am, kayo po talaga nag-regulate po ng operations po ng drones dito sa bansa po?
Yes, and including the safety of the aircraft. Kaya nga po, meron kami na airworthiness department in our office.
So, if I may ask lang po, since medyo recent lang din naman po yung drones here in the country, since when pa po na-regulate po ni Kaap yung drones po dito sa bansa?
The drones are regulated by the CAAP as early as 2014
Okay.
through memorandum circulars. It is published naman in our Kaap website. Actually, we are one of the first among the region na nag-regulate ng drones. So, pag nakita mo yung regulation natin, it is sufficient to cover our operations, yung safety ng operations natin, provided that nagpa-follow naman yung mga stakeholders natin. However, dahil nag-evolve din yung technology, well, of course, our regulation also has to evolve.
Okay. So if I may ask po, ma'am, sir, why is it important to regulate drones po dito sa bansa?
Maybe we should ask the air traffic controllers.
Yes, Sir Edmond.
Yeah, number one consideration, may mga operational safety issues na nakikreate ang drone pag lumilipad. Number one, yung possibility of collision with other aircraft, unmanned aircraft. Number two, yung intentional misuse ng RPAS mo or yung ng drones.
Another answer would be intrusions on restricted airspace. So the drone operators must know the areas where they can operate and where they cannot operate.
Kasi as far as I know, safety is paramount po talaga sa Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. And may mga instances na po ba na nagka-problem po yung drone sa aircraft?
Yeah, may mga sila sa air traffic, meron silang mga nare-receive na mga safety reports on drones. Also, to add kung bakit kailangan natin i-regulate yung drones is because the drones are also occupying our airspace.
Yes.
So, the ones occupying our airspace are not just the commercial aircraft. It also includes our low-flying aircraft. We have the helicopters, yung mga nasa mababa lang, nakikita nyo yung parang konti na lang, kaya na siyang abutin. So that is also what we protect in the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. So we should ensure that this new entrance in our aviation system could avoid potential collision with this kind of aircraft. Also, they should be aware of the flight services And then they should also be aware of the situation. Kasi yung manned aircraft natin, they are fully aware kung ano yung mga nasa situation. So we call that situational awareness. So we would also like that to be incorporated or integrated with our stakeholders in the drone industry. Kasi part yun ng safety eh.
Yes po.
So kaya kailangan talaga natin silang i-regulate. Also, drones are used not only in recreational purposes, it is also used in other industrial purposes such as surveying, mapping. So, pag dumami yung use ng drones, dadami sila sa airspace. So, they as air traffic controllers, they should know na safe yung operations, nakokontrol nila yung flow ng drones na yun.
Yes po. So, we're talking about regulations po, no? So, as far as I know, you're categorizing po the different categories of drones here in the country. So, ano po kaya yung mga categories na yun and ano po yung corresponding regulations with those categories po?
So, currently, our regulation on drone is based on its use. It's commercial and non-commercial. So, if you are using your drones for remuneration, if you are using your drones for a fee, so that would fall under the commercial purpose. So you would need an operator certificate on that. But for recreation, and if your drone is not does not exceed the 7 kilogram limit, it does not exceed the 400 AGL or above ground level operation, and it's not for operations, not for commercial operations, then hindi mo kailangan ng permits. So, that is the current regulation. But dun sa bagong regulations natin, because we already had our public hearing, our Flight Standards Inspectorate Service already had the public hearing. We are transitioning to a risk-based operation, which is open category, which is for the low risk, specific category for medium risk, and then the certified category pag medyo mataas-taas na yung risk ng operation.
Okay, so kumbaga for low risk, ma'am, yun lang yung sa mga hobbyists operating like DJI Mini na drone na under 250 grams, like that po ba? Or
hindi lang siya doon sa aircraft na gamit mo. It would also consider where you are operating, the hazards that would that your drone operation would pose. Kahit na apat lang tayo dito, gumagamit ka ng mini, tapos ganito kaliit yung space, pag nagpalipad ka, syempre, medyo mataas pa rin yung risk nun.
Yes.
So, it would entail, i-assess mo kung ano yung risk mo, ano yung mitigations mo.
So, let's talk about drone registration on pen licensing, kasi ito po yung kalimitan na tanong po ng ating mga users, how to register, how to have a license. So if I may ask, ano po yung step-by-step guide po sa pag-register po ng ating drone, if pwede po natin fully explain, at the same time if may mga fees po ba, how much po kaya ito?
In general, kasi tatlo yung nare-require na licenses ng CAAP. For license for the RPAS controller or the UAS controller, yung piloto,
drone po.
Yes, may guidelines, yung requirements niya nandun, kung ano yung edad mo, nandun, you check in the CAAP website, but you need to have a skill knowledge test. That is a theoretical examination that is conducted in the CAAP, and then after the theoretical examination, you will have the skill test. Doon magpapalipad ka, i-test yung maneuver mo, yun. And then, after that, but before that, you need to submit first your requirements.
Yes po.
So, once you submit your requirements, i-encode nila sa kasort, and then magkakaroon ng knowledge test, and then the skill test, and then yun na yung i-release na yung license mo.
Yes po.
And then obtaining the necessary licenses. Yung pangalawa kasi doon is yung registration ng drone. So yung una, controller certificate. Second one is the registration of the drone. We also have the requirements as well as the fees. It would include the insurance.
Okay, yes po.
Doon po sa mga requirements natin. And then, that is with the airworthiness department. That is if you operate your drones for commercial purpose. Doon po sa current category natin ngayon. And then, another one is the RPAS operator certificate. That is if you are planning to conduct commercial operations. Yung mga may RPAS controller certificate, RPAS operator certificate, they are those that are allowed na mag-operate doon sa mga restricted areas natin. Kasi nire-register nila yung fleet nila, yung kanilang mga mga controllers, yung mga piloto nila, as well as yung buong operation nila. So they have SMS, meron silang safety management system, yung base of operations nila na-inspect ng mga ka-personnel namin, and then they undergo the phases of certification.
Yes.
So we ensure that like manned aircraft, their operation is safe. So pag nag-operate sila doon sa madaming tao or doon sa mga restricted areas, at least sure kami na yung operation nila is safe. Meron silang mitigation doon sa mga hazards that is posed by the operation.
So yung kinakabahan usually, attorney, ng ating mga users, mahirap po ba yung skill test? Kasi sabi nila mahirap daw yung skill test, makapasa dyan eh. So, mahirap po ba talaga, attorney? Based po sa mga observation niyo po sa mga kumukuha, if may idea po kayo.
Usually kasi yung nagtitake ng skill test, parang ano yan eh, parang theoretical exam yan. Syempre pag tinetest ka, pinakabahan ka.
Yes po.
So usually baka nahihirapan lang sila kasi kinakabahan sila during yung test na mismo. Pero basic naman yung yung nasa skill test natin, kung ano yung mga maneuvers, kung ano yung mga basic lang siya.
Yes po. So ayun, alam niyo na kung ano yung
huwag
kayo kabahan, guys. Kasi madali lang. Na-sure tayo ni attorney as long as you know the basics lang naman na mga maneuvers and everything. So, let's move on po. Mabilis mag-move on, no? Sana all. So, let's move on po sa ating mga social media questions. So, right now, we just want to say hi sa ating 10,000 viewers who are watching right now our live program. And sa mga nag-give po ng questions nila in the comment section. So, thank you so much. So, let's read the first question. So, ang government employee po ba kailangan ng RPAS license if property naman ng government ang drone at government project naman po ang nagpapalipad? So, who could answer po?
Yes, kailangan ng license para mag-operate ng drones kahit na government. Kasi yung type of operation mo, tsaka dapat alam mo yung basics ng drone regulations. And then before you engage in that type of operation, nung government entity na yon, dapat fully aware ka and fully equipped ka ng skills and theories na for drone operations. Even though it is for a government project, yes, madali lang naman kumuha and usually wala namang fees yun for government, and expedited naman po yung process natin.
So no one is exempted po. Yes po. So our second question po is how to avail a license to operate po in a flying zone?
I'll go first. So, for you to have a license to operate in a flying zone, pag fly zone naman siya, hindi mo kailangan ng license.
Yes po.
Kasi free naman siya. But for no-fly zones, pag restricted yung airspace, you need an operator certificate. And then, yung operator certificate kasi kailangan siya kasi sa disposition ng ATS, sila ang maka-explain nun kung bakit kailangan ng operator certificate.
Yes sir, so may dagdag po.
Yeah, din sa flying zone na sinasabi ni attorney, meron tayong tinatawag na control zone tsaka uncontrolled zone. So, yung mga gustong lumipad sa flying zone, ibig sabihin po na doon kayo sa uncontrolled area. Wala pong air traffic management na nagmamanage ng area nyo. So anytime pwede kayong lumipad as long as you follow the basic regulations which are the 400 feet. Hindi kayo tataas. Tapos 30 meters from the crowded area, populated area. And pangatlo po doon, alam nyo yung right of way kung sakali mang meron kayong makitang ibang eroplano dyan, especially manned aircraft or other drones. Lahat yan po ay nasa regulation naman ng CAAP.
Yes. Is there an official comprehensive guide on rules and regulations available online? And what are the benefits of having ARPA's license for a hobbyist with under 250 grams po na drone?
For our official comprehensive guide and rules and regulations, it is in the CAAP website. We have all the regulations there, the procedure, as I said, including the fees, and then what are the benefits of having RPA license for hobbies under 250 grams na drones. Well, you could operate in our restricted airspaces if you have a license, or not just the license, or the operator certificate.
Yes po.
So, pwede kang mag-operate ng ganun.
At the same time po, yung benefit na nakukuha nila sa training, they have the knowledge as well, which is very important po. So, another question, if I lost my ARPA's license due to water damage, what are the requirements and steps to have it replaced po?
Affidavit of loss.
Yes po. Tapos submit na po sa CAAP.
Submit nyo kay licensing department ng CAAP.
So, pwede po magpanotaryo sa inyo, attorney?
Notaryo kayo sa akin.
So, kay attorney lang kayo magpanotaryo.
Kaya panotaryo.
Pero with corresponding fees.
Hindi libre.
Yes, wala na libre ngayon. So, is ARPA's license needed to do a job related to drone mapping and surveying? And how to obtain ARPA's po?
For drone mapping and surveying, yes, you would need, because that is usually conducted for commercial purposes, and you will have a permit not just from CAAP but also from other government agencies like the Department of National Defense. Kasi yung drone mapping may particular law siya which governs drone aerial mapping and surveying. So usually pag ganyan, you will need a J2 clearance na tinatawag natin.
So another step po, hindi po siya sa CAAP office namin J2.
Yes po.
So kailangan po nila pumunta sa military camp or sa DND po talaga?
J2 clearance ang kailangan po natin doon.
Okay, so saan po kaya siya kinukuha, ma'am? Sa DND po ba?
At Camp Aguinaldo.
Camp Aguinaldo.
General headquarters.
Oh, okay. So if taga-province po siya, kailangan niya po talaga mag-fly.
Yes, isa pa yan sa win-workout namin ngayon. Kasi relatively, the drone industry is new in the Philippines. Yes. And it's not just in the Philippines but also in other countries. So, dati kasi yung CAAP, we regulate manned aviation. So, established kasi yung sa manned aviation kung anong offices yung kakailanganin, yung NTC, yung ibang offices. But for drones, madami pa kaming i-work out. So, that is one of it.
Yes.
The J2 clearance from other government agencies. So, but we are working on it.
Yes, ma'am. So, what are the identification of authorities po? Actually, common po ito na question po kasi minsan yung mga customers po natin or users po natin ng drone, ina-apprehend po ng authorities. So, paano po nila malalaman po if registered po yun yung drone na yun or hindi po? Paano po malalaman po ng ating police officers or authorities po?
Pag registered yung drone sa CAAP, may marking kami.
Okay.
So, nakikita yung marking doon sa doon sa drone itself. It's usually RPU. So, RP, yung kasi Philippine siya and then registered siya. So, U is for RPAS. So, may number siya doon. So, pag once na may nakita kang ganun, pwede mo siyang i-verify sa CAAP. So for confiscation of drones by other authorities, for other law enforcement agencies, hindi. Well, that is beyond the jurisdiction of CAP kasi other government agencies na yun eh. Kailangan nila yun for the maintenance of our peace and order, but the identification, the usual ones would suffice, would ask them.
Yes po. And last question as of this moment, what are the drone unit or model that requires a license?
Above 7 kilograms right now for our existing regulations. Yun yung kailangan ng license. And if you're going to use it for commercial purposes.
Okay, so kahit under 7 kilograms, basta commercial purposes.
Yes.
Needed.
And if mag-ooperate ka above 400 feet above ground level, kailangan mo mag-license.
Yes po. And thank you so much for all of the questions. And later on, babasahin po namin yung other questions po ninyo in the comment section. And right now, we want to talk about, since na-mention po kanina yung insurance na needed po pag mag-register po ng drones. We'll talk about drone insurance and liability. So, first question po, attorney and sir. Why does CAAP require drones to be insured as a requirement for drone registration po?
It's as simple as for accountability. Pag nagkaroon ng damage kasi kailangan yun makover ng insurance mo, and the air traffic service knows the damage that it would cause kasi sila yung nag-interact sa mga ganyan.
Yes po.
Bagay ko nga kanina, I forgot to mention about a possible accident and incident that may happen on the ground. So with this insurance requirement ni CAAP, at least mabibigyan natin ng kahit paanong tulong yung mga na-disgrasya naman doon sa ground. So that is, sabi ni attorney po, yung accountability tsaka responsibility ng pilot ay kumbaga ma-justify po yung paghawak mo ng license. Pag may lisensya ka, ay meron ka akibat na responsibilidad po yan.
Okay. So actually sir, yun po yung hindi pa masyadong aware yung public po natin, no? Ano po kayong possible na mangyari if once yung aircraft po natin mag-collide po sa aircraft? If I may ask, worst case scenario, wag naman po sana, and hopefully hindi naman po mangyari dito sa ating bansa. Gaano po kaya kagrabe yung extent ng damage po?
If I may, attorney, yung sa manned aviation po, yung mga aeroplano nating nakikita ninyo sa airport, landing and takeoff, even yung birds po, may tinatawag kaming bird strike. Alam nyo naman kung gaano kalambot ang ibon. So, imagine ninyo kung drone ang tumama sa aeroplano. Mas matindi po ang damage na mag-create ng isang drone sa isang aeroplano. May mga experience na tayo or records how birds affects the operations ng aeroplano. May mga pelikula na nga po tayo dyan na panood ninyo, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Solly ata yun. Na hit niya yung part ng aeroplano tapos nag-crash siya.
Ay, yung sa Hudson River.
Yeah,
okay.
Ganun po ang epekto po pag ang drone naman ay tumama. Yun lang mabibigay ko ang example. Sa ibang bansa rin po, pag napakaigpit ng regulasyon nila doon, kapag may na-detect sila within the area of the airport na may drone activity o drone sighting, nagkakaroon kaagad ng ground stop. So, every minute na nasa ground ang mga aeroplano, may delay po yan. Ay may kaakibat pong cost dyan. So iniiwasan natin yan na magkaroon nga tayo ng sighting o pagpasok ng mga drone dito sa airport natin para nga hindi po magkaroon ng aksidente o insidente dyan sa loob ng airport.
Yes, sir. So, very well said po.
It could also lead to the loss of life and property. Yun lang naman po yun. Kasi the drone is not just a toy. It is an aircraft. Pwede siyang gamitin. Nag-evolve na kasi yung technology. So, it could be used in different types of activities. Could also used for terroristic activities. So, kailangan din talaga siyang i-regulate.
Yes.
And yun nga, yung sinabi ni Sir na every minute na nagkakaroon ng ground stop, hindi lang thousands, hindi lang millions, minsan billions pa yung magiging cost niya, not just on one person but also with the different operators po natin ng manned aircraft po natin, yung mga airlines po natin, yung mga apektuhan greatly with that.
At the same time po yung mga tao na delayed yung flight nila.
Yes.
Example, may kasal pa silang pupuntahan, kasal ng anak nila, kasal ng loved one nila, or may patay, di ba?
Business
Grabe
meetings.
yung business meetings, which is very important.
Yes, business meetings, pag pag na-delay yung flight mo or na-cancel yung flight mo because of an incident, imagine the losses.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. The economic impact it would bring to the country po. So, what are the possible sanctions po kaya during drone-related incidents po?
So, for drone-related incidents under RA 9497, the license or the registration or the operator certificate could be suspended or could be revoked. Yes, and the authority could also impose penalties. And pwede ka din i-charge on regular court. Sika up magpa-file ng case against you.
Okay. Our next question po is, let's talk about operational guidelines and best practices po. Yung mga do's and don'ts po ng ating pilots. Kasi some of our pilots doesn't know ito tama po pala, ito hindi tama. So, let's talk about it po. So, let's go po sa operational limitations po.
So for operational limitations based on the Philippine Civil Air Regulations, Part 11, no person may operate RPAS above 400 feet above ground level and 10 kilometers from the ARP.
So, bakit po kaya sir na hanggang 400 feet lang po and bawal po sa within 10 kilometers? May explanation po ba yun? Bakit?
So for 400 feet, the VFR, those flying VFR, they are at 500 feet, operating at 500 feet. So the logical solution for that one is for drones to fly at 400 feet, so that there is a separation of 100 feet. And on the 10-kilometer radius, so the final approach is around 10 kilometers. So it would be best if they cannot operate around that area.
So sir, ano po yung VFR po pala sir? Kasi ako di ko po alam kung ano yung VFR. FBR, si FBR na pakilala ko sir.
That's manned aviation. Flying via visual flight crews. So, ibig sabihin nun, based on kung ano yung nakikita nila.
Okay.
So, usually, they are flying not below 500 feet above sea level.
So, ano yun sir, mga helicopters like that? Or kahit airplanes po?
Yes, helicopters, small planes.
Okay. Okay. So, Sir Edmund, baka may dadagdag?
Yes, sir. Dito sa operational limitations ng drone natin, number one, hindi po tayo pwedeng lumipad sa gabi. Yung night flying is a no-no for drones. Tapos, yung lagi nating sinasabi, avoid the restricted area, prohibited area. Meron tayong in-establish na mga danger areas and training areas exclusive for the manned aircraft. Yung manned aviation kasi po nag-i-exist na yan. Aminin na natin, nandyan na kami. So, establish na namin ng mga rules and regulations for the manned aviation. Yung bagong entrance po, yung drone ay bago lang dito sa aviation. So, we are trying to integrate the regulations for drones into our traffic management dito sa airspace natin na minamanage ng mga air traffic controllers. So that's why lagi namin sinasabi na huwag tayong lilipad sa mga controlled area, controlled airspace. Madali po nating ma-identify ang controlled airspace kung nasaan ang airport. Usually meron po dyan na controlled airspace po yan. Controlled zone po yan, ibig sabihin, ginagamit po yan ng mga eroplano natin. Hindi natin nakikita ang tinatawag nating airways. Kung sa baba po ay highway, meron po tayong airways. Established po yan. Meron po tayong tinatawag na VFR corridor, yung sinabi ng ating airspace planner, yung visual flight rules corridors na dinadaanan ng mga maliliit na eroplano or even malalaking eroplano, pero ang ginagamit nila sa kanilang navigation ay through visual means. They separate themselves from other aircraft by visual separations. Away from the clouds, away from the terrain. Yun po ang ginagamit nila. So, yung established route po niya yan, tinatawag nating VFR routes. Ginagamit rin po yan ng mga helicopters. May mga seaplanes din po tayo. At may iba pang eroplano na nandyan na lumilipad na maaring hindi ninyo alam. So, the safest way is if you are within the airport or the 10-kilometer radius, kailangan po ninyong humingi ng permit sa CAAP para mabigyan namin kayo ng knowledge or orientation about dito sa tinatawag naming airways, corridor, air traffic circuit na ginagamit ng aming eroplano or yung mga VFR or even the IFR or instrument flight rules na eroplano, yung ginagamit ng mga commercial tsaka international flights. Okay. Isa pa po, pinagbabawal din po yung lumipad ka sa mga national security sensitive facilities, military training areas, or military bases. Nagkataon lang po na kung may airport po, usually meron po dyan mga military bases, especially the Philippine Air Force. Kaya nga nire-require namin, sabi ni attorney, na kung nilipad kayo at meron po dyan military facilities, kailangan ninyo ng J2 clearance para hindi natin ma-violate yung presidential decree na sinabi ni attorney po. Tapos, it is a good practice now na sana hindi kayo magpapalipad ng drones kung kayo ay under the influence of liquor or prohibited drugs. Yan ang basic requirements naman even in unmanned aviations.
Yes, sir. Pero kung bigo ka, sir, broken-hearted, okay lang po ka magpalipad, sir?
I discourage, kasi wala ka sa tamang pag-iisip. So baka magamit mo po yan. At kailangan po, anyway, if you're a licensed pilot, may requirement po dyan para maayos ay yung pagpapalipad. Ang kulang na lang po ng isang drone pilot ay yung magpalipad ng totoong eroplano na nandun ka. Yun lang ang pagkakaiba ninyo. Pero other limitations and requirements, almost the same po yan dun sa ating license na mga commercial pilot or private pilot license. Yan po.
So, and if I may ask po personal tips po, unahin po natin si Sir John po kasi si Sir John pinakatahimik sa dulo. Ano po personal tips niyo, sir, in terms of safe drone usage po, sir?
So, aside from those that are mentioned, maybe just common sense. So, maybe just common sense. And that's all.
Yes po. Sir Edmond?
Ako dalawa lagi ang ini-emphasize sa mga pag nagbibigay ako ng orientation about drones, yung knowledge of the airspace or airspace knowledge, very important po yan bago kayo magpalipad. Alamin ninyo kung nasaan kayo. That is very basic. Ngayon, kung alam nyo na yan, siyempre, makakaiwas po tayo yung mga possible accident or incident and yung possible collision with manned aircraft. Kami, sa air traffic controller side po, medyo alam na po namin kung paano sila i-control ang mga manned aircraft. Dito po sa mga drones and unmanned aircraft, medyo bago po siya, So, ang pinaka-basic po dyan ay kailangan muna nyo yung i-register ang inyong drone. Bakit po? Kasi yan lang po ang tanging paraan namin para makontrol ang inyong para magkaroon kami ng traffic informations. Kung may sakali man na meron kayong sabay na lumilipad dyan sa area, at least mabigay namin sa inyo na meron po dyang lumilipad na drones. Pangalawa po, pwede rin namin kayong bigyan ng traffic separations with drones or with a manned aircraft. Without identification of your location, your exact location, your altitude and area of operation, imposible po yan naming matulungan kayo. Nandito po kami lagi niyo tatandaan para tulungan tayo na hindi kayo magbangga or makaiwas sa aksidente or insidente. In fact, may isa pa pong services ang air traffic service and CAAP, yung rescue, alerting services. Pinoprovide po ng CAAP yan. Sa manned aviation, pag may aksidente or insidente, itinitrigger ka agad natin ang rescue,
Yes, sir.
rescue base, or sa amin po ay yung search and rescue para malocate kung saan man yung aksidente or insidente. Maaari po namin ibigay sa inyo yan, matulungan namin kayong ma-retrieve ang inyong mga drones or aircraft kung meron kayong information. That's why, mandatory na sana may register ninyo yan, magkaroon kayo ng communication kung nasa control zone kayo sa mga air traffic controllers na nasa area for that purpose.
So there's a lot of benefits pala when registering your drone. It's not about lang na magka-license ka, makapag-fly ka sa area na bawal, but also to help you as well rescue your drone. Siyempre, mahal din po yung drones natin, pinag-ipunan natin. So, pwede pala makatulong po si Kaab. So, with this, if I may ask, ano naman po yung mga bawal nating gawin when flying UAVs or drones po? Saan kay Atty. Irish naman?
Not fly your drones pag broken hearted.
Bawal talaga ako ang palipad.
Things we must not do. Do not be too much of a risk taker. Kasi yung blade ng mga drones, delikado din. And then, be aware of your situation. You assess the environment, yung hangin. Of course, we should know that. And
actually, nakakasugat po talaga yung propellers ng drone. Actually, di naman po sa amin, may narinig lang kami story before na hinawakan niya yung drone kasi tatama ata sa wall. Hinawakan niya para ma-stop, tumama yung kamay niya sa propellers. Ayun, ang lalim ng sugat. So, dami natin needed na i-take into account when operating drones.
Yeah, and another thing, huwag nyo sabayan yung aeroplano and mag-picture.
Yeah.
Nanlalambot po yung mga tuhod namin pag nangyayari ho yan. Kasi especially to our hobbyists, dun sa kasi gusto niyong picturean. I know that the aircraft is a good sight, magandang view siya, but imagine the horror of the people in that aircraft na sinabayan nyo. Imagine yung reaction po ng piloto nung nakita po yung drone na sumasabay, because we have reports like that. And yes, as much as possible, not as much as possible, ayaw po talaga namin na mangyari yun. Kasi hindi nyo alam kung kailan may ingest ng engine ng aircraft, yung mga drone ninyo. Mawawalan kayo ng drone, but also please remember the lives of the people in our manned aviation, in our manned industry. Kasi ang laki ho ng mawawala. Hindi mo po may babalik yung buhay. Yun po yung amin doon. That is why we have been time and again reminding our stakeholders, especially your new entrants in the aviation industry, to just follow the regulations and be aware and be safe.
So, let's read some of the questions po dito sa ating comment section. The first question, single pa daw po ba kayo, attorney?
Next please.
Next question tayo. Mamaya na yan. Busy si attorney sa career niya. Busy po sila sa pag-regulate ng ating mga drones to ensure a safer Philippine skies. So, second question. I would like to ask CAAP if they're allowing no RPA license to operate a drone commercially, even accompanied by an RPA license controller that acts as an observer or spotter.
No, it is in our regulation that pag commercially operated yung drones mo, you need a controller license and RPA operator certificate.
Yes po. So another question, there are other drone operators or influencers who do dangerous stunts like palusot moves po that can risk public safety, like pinapalusot sa trains, sa electrical wires. What is our authority doing about this?
This is something that is beyond the jurisdiction of the CAAP. Apart from it is far from the airports. Well, this is also beyond the ambit of the jurisdiction or our mandate.
So, kumbaga local government po talaga.
Yes, but we are working on it with the other agencies of the government.
Yes po. So, another question. So, hi, I'm using DJI Mini 2 for travel and hobby. Okay lang ba magpalipad ng drone anytime basta wag lang sa green or red zone? And plan ko po pasukin ng videography. Pag kumita ako using my drone, need na po ba ng drone pilot license? Sige, Sir Edmund.
Doon po sa green and red zones, i-identify natin yan kung controlled zones po yan or uncontrolled. Sa controlled zone po, hindi po. Kailangan po natin ng permit to operate kasi malamang malapit kayo sa airport, nasa prohibited area kayo, nasa restricted area kayo na ipinagbabawal. So, hindi kayo pwede magpalipad dyan anytime. Makakalipad lang po kayo dyan pag humingi kayo ng pahintulot sa Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines.
So, need na po ba ng license pag pinagkakakitaan na po yung pag-use ng drone?
Yes, and not anytime na pwede kang mag-operate. Only daytime, no night operation kasi hindi mo rin makikita, so sayang din yung drone. And pag made-develop din yan, sina Sir Jumbo ang sa airspace planning natin. So in time, magkakaroon tayo ng not just the green zone and the red zone. Isa sa pina-project namin, I think it's safe to disclose na we are planning to have drone parks kasi yan din yung pinag-uusapan namin with our aerodrome development and management service, ang aming ADMS, kasi may mga areas kami na or may mga properties yung CAAP na hindi naman masyadong nai-utilize. So, instead of detay ka lang siya dyan, maybe we could use it for recreation purposes. So, gagawin natin siya na drone zone.
So, talking about po dun sa mga restricted and no-fly zone, so let's talk about restricted and no-fly zone. Kasi yun po yung pinaka-interesting na tanong po, especially for those in Metro Manila. So, in terms of identification, ano po yung mga areas na prohibited po yung drone operations po dito, especially in Metro Manila?
Pwedeng i-identify ng CAAP upon the request of the Malacanang at any area dito sa Philippines, sinatawag ng Presidential Area of Engagement. So kung halimbawa ang ating presidente, mahal na presidente ay pupunta sa isang lugar, kung Ilocos man yan, to Mindanao, magsasubmit po sa CAAP at ang CAAP ay mag-i-issue ng NOTAM na doon sa place na i-engage ni Presidente ay ipagbabawal muna yung paglipad ng even the manned aviation and especially the drone. So, kaya nga magiging maganda para sa mga may license na drone operators dahil malalaman nila itong mga ganitong mga rules. So, makakaiwas kayo at magiging safer ang inyong liparan po. Yan po yung mga example ng mga restricted area or prohibited area na hindi siya talaga naka-schedule, but at any time of the day or anywhere, pwede pong i-declare po yan ng authority.
Yes po. So if I may ask naman po, what are the permits needed po when flying in a no-fly zone? Attorney?
Special flight permit. Yung kinukuha with our flight operations department. But it requires you to have an RPAS operator certificate. So, dapat operator certificate holder ka, i-apply mo yun sa kanila, pagkatapos sila, magbibigay sila ng requirements, and then yung pagbigay ng J2 clearance, or pag-require ng J2 clearance, sila din yung nag-determine yan. So, magkakaroon ng disposition si air traffic service natin, and then that's the time na i-allow ka na na lumipad sa no-fly zones. Also, our local government agencies, local government units, they could also request CAAP for no-fly zones. Halimbawa, doon sa usually kasi ngayon yun sa mga jail, Yun. Kasi minsan ginagamit nga sa ibang bagay yung drones din. So may mga local government agencies na nagre-request na kung pwede gawin na no-fly zone yung mga areas na yun. And we also accommodate that.
Yes po.
That is why gusto din namin na yung airspace awareness.
Yeah.
Kasi usually paano magpa-license, paano magkumuha ng registration ng drone. Pero this is something new not also for our stakeholders but also for me. Kasi ako taga-flight standards ako, so sanay kami doon sa mga operation. Pero yung mga technical na knowledge na shinare nila, hindi ko din alam yun. So, this is something new na malaman din ng mga stakeholders natin. Kasi if ever na mag-engage sila fully into drone operations, di ba? At least alam nila na meron palang mga ganitong areas, may mga ganitong airspaces, bawal palang mag-exceed, bawal mag-ano. So, it will not only save time doon sa operation ninyo pagkuha-kuha ng permit, but also doon din sa resources kasi baka ma-take down kayo ng mga military natin, 'di ba? Sayang naman yung mga drones and at least alam nila, 'di ba? Yung ano natin.
Yes po, kasi kahit ako hindi ko alam na may pala gunnery zone po pala dun sa area na yun.
Yeah.
And I've heard may iba pa nga po nagpapalipad ng drone during balikatan exercises. Delikado po talaga and could get you in trouble, a lot of trouble actually. So with that po, let's move on po sa future trends and regulatory updates po natin. So if I may ask po, are you seeing a rise sa paggamit po ng drones, especially for enterprise use na pang mapping, surveying, pang law enforcement?
Yes. Actually, the use of drones is rapidly increasing nowadays. Apart from the technology is fast changing, yung utility then that it caters to our people. First, it's safer to use drones when you inspect electrical lines.
Yes.
So that malaking tulong talaga yun. It will save lives. It will save a lot of pera. And then sa water, and then the mga turbines, ang laki. And then the use of drones is also sustainable because it does not use yung gasoline. So it has lesser carbon emissions.
Electric.
So it will help yung environment natin. And then marami siyang utility. It's also very convenient. And di ba sir, ang pinag-uusapan natin, it's very good for our geographical location.
Yes.
Kasi archipelagic yung country natin eh. The drones is not limited only to remotely piloted aircraft. It also includes unmanned aircraft, yung mga VTOL, mga eVTOL, which is a very good potential. Yes.
Island to island.
Yes.
Island. Supply ng mga relief goods kung may bagyo na hindi kaya pasukin pa ng bangka, other modes of aircraft.
Fire, search and rescue.
Yes.
Ang daming potential ng drone. It's not only for hobbyists or halimbawa yung mga hobbyists natin, if we really establish a good drone ecosystem, good UAS ecosystem, yung mga hobbyists natin could also help us for search and rescue. And halimbawa may mga flood, so pwede silang tumulong for ano. So that is forward looking, maganda siya, madaming use.
So if I may share din po, attorney, they have a partnership po before with Philippine Veterans Affairs Office yung sa Mount Samat Cross. They borrowed our drone to scan yung Mount Samat Cross kasi what they're doing before po, for 2 weeks kinaklose nila yung Mount Samat to check the cross, manual inspection and ropes and slings. So very dangerous, konting hangin lang dun, ganun ka na. And they're doing it for 2 weeks. Samantala with drones, they just did it for around 30 minutes to 1 hour. So it's a big help talaga. At the same time, they could do a 3D model of it. Kasi yung tao madadaan sa limot, pero yung nakaka-capture na data ng drones, hindi makakalimutan, nandyan, nag-store. So, yun po. In terms naman po of future regulatory updates natin, Sir Edmund,
Sige sir.
Yes, oo. kami po ready kami sa air traffic service to implement whatever new regulations ang ipapa-implement ni CAAP. That's why as of this ngayong first quarter, tinutulungan po namin ang authority na i-edit or mag-amend ng mga regulations. So, by the time na may implement po yan or bago yan may publish, i-inform naman po ang mga stakeholders kung mga ano man po yan.
So, and Sir Jabo, may talagdag kay Sir? Or?
I guess I have nothing to add. They have answered it well.
Yes. So right now, we'll move on to the last phase na pagbabasa po natin ng ating mga social media questions. So, first question, what are the rules of CAAP in bringing drone at the airport?
Basta huwag niyo lang po kaming pagbitbitin ng drone sa airport. Okay lang po yun. Kung kayo na bibitbit, okay lang naman. But kidding aside, bringing of drones in airports, yung drones kasi pag nakita niyo may batteries.
Yes.
So there is a certain limit of sa dangerous goods po natin yun. Those batteries are dangerous goods and they are lithium batteries. So it is prone to explosion pag sobrang amount siya. Yun po yung iniiwasan natin. Pero other than that, I don't know if kailangan ba nasa carry-on ata yung
Yes po. Based naman sa experience ko po, attorney, kasi when I traveled from the US back to the Philippines bringing a drone, require po sa akin na, I think that's FAA, or I forgot the term na nagsascan po dun sa airport sa US. Parang OTS kung sa atin, siguro ata yun. Na dapat separate daw yung batteries sa drone, yung dapat hand carry yung batteries, yung drone na yung pwede check-in. I guess that's also the policy here in the Philippines. Okay. So, we have here another question. Kailan po kayo magkakaroon yung CAAP ng mga satellite offices or offices in the province relating to drones po na pwede makapag-cater sa practical and theoretical exam? Kasi it's siguro medyo hassle po sa taga-probinsya po natin na pumunta pa sa Manila and isang punta pag practical, isang punta theoretical exam. So, kailan po kaya?
No commitment on that time, but we are working on it. We are really working on it. So, soon.
Yes.
Yeah, is in the near future. Hindi naman far future.
Yes po.
Soon.
Very soon. So, pwede po ba magdala sa ibang bansa ng drone unit like Vietnam, Malaysia, South Korea, and other countries even di po siya registered dito sa Pilipinas? Ano po ba yung requirements to make it legal para less hassle? Kasi may kasabay po kami din sa Thailand na pinatawag sa customs office regarding po sa drone niyang dala.
Yes, kailangan siya kahit hindi siya registered dito sa Pilipinas. Anong requirements para less hassle? Well, you should have your documents ready with you. Dapat may proof of ownership ka. Basically, yun lang siguro yung kailangan. Check the regulations of the other CAAs. It is posted in the ICAO website or the International Civil Aviation Organization website. So, pag ginugal mo siya, lalabas siya doon. And then, unmanned aircraft, may nakalagay doon. You could see everything regarding manned aircraft, kung ano yung toolkit, ano yung everything that you want to know. If you want to geek out on drones, you could check
Sa ICAO po.
ICAO website.
Thank you po. So, if we are at the mountain or any structure above 120 meters high, at you launch your drone at that area, what will be your reference ground for the 120 meters, Sir Jumbo po?
So the reference will be the ground. So there's this thing between manned aviation and drones. So because in manned aviation, the reference is above the mean sea level, and for drones, the reference is above ground level. So if a drone operator looks at some charts in the AIP, he can be confused because it is based on the mean sea level. But what he should remember is that for drone pilots, drone operators, the reference is above ground level. So kung ano yung ground doon, kung saan siya nakatayo, yun yung reference niya for the height.
Okay, so what if kaya sir sa taas siya, example, this is a 120 meter building, so pwede pa siya mag-go above 120 meters?
Hindi na po. Hindi na po. Ang pagbabasihan mo talaga yung ground.
Yes.
So kung na 120 ka, yun na lang ang pinaka liliparin mo.
So need mo na ng permit to go up.
Yes, sir. Ganun po.
So very well said. So when and where are drones restricted in Metro Manila? So yung napag-usapan, sir.
Yeah. Metro Manila, may airport tayo dito, yung NAIA. Meron tayong prohibited area po dito. Ibig po sabihin dyan, bawal po yan. May iba pa tayong area, prohibited area, danger area within Metro Manila. That's why, if you registered your drone, if you apply for a license, ibibigyan po kayo namin ng knowledge yan and informations.
So last question po, do you have an online application for pilot and drone license?
Soon. We are working on it.
Very soon na to.
Very soon, yes. Definitely. It is one of the projects na si Captain Diaz, our Deputy Director General for Operations, it really wants to do. So yes, we are working on it.
Yes po. So ayun, and with all of that said, ang dami natin napag-usapan ng mga rules, regulations about our airways, mga no-fly zone. And we would like to announce also, if I may, so we will be launching DJI Training Academy, which is Sky Pixel Technologies.
Welcome to Sky Pixel, the official training academy of DJI Philippines. At Sky Pixel, we believe that to truly stand out, you need more than just a drone. You need knowledge, skill, and the confidence to navigate the skies creatively and responsibly. Our academy offers more than just training. It's an experience. Learn from industry experts who are as passionate about storytelling as they are about the skies.
Dahil kay Sky Pixel, natuto ako mag-proper framing at syempre, nag-improve ang aking aerial cinematography, gumanda aking mga shots.
Dahil po sa Training Academy, nag-improve yung skill ko. Mas naging confident ako na magpalipad ng drone.
Our courses are designed to not only teach you proper cinematic techniques, but also guide you in obtaining your RPAS license.
Mag-enroll na kayo kasi katulad ko, wala akong knowledge sa mga restriction at sa mga do's and don'ts. Ngayon, mas confident na ako magpalipad ng drone.
Because at Sky Pixel, we believe in elevating the standards of drone piloting. And the best part? You get to do all this with the latest drone technology from DJI, a global leader in innovation. Elevate your skill with us at Sky Pixel Training Academy and soar above the rest.
So there you will learn a lot about drone regulations, about flying your drones and getting RPAS license, even drone cinematography. So yun, if I may ask lang po, how is it important na mag-enroll po sa, like for example, a training academy to know the rules and regulations and safety operations po?
It's very important because you cannot obtain a controller certificate without the 5 hours training, of course. But mostly it is necessary for safe drone operations, which is what we all wanted.
Yes po. So Sir Edmond, kayo po.
Yeah, ganun nga po sir, kinakopy natin kung ano yung existing ngayon, which is the manned aviations. Na perfect na po natin yan kung paano magiging safer ang paglilipad ng manned aviation. So, bago ka makapagpalipad ng isang eroplano, kailangan talaga niya ng training. A lot of training, flying hours. So, ganun din siguro kung papasok tayo sa mga training facilities like, proposed ni DJI, malaking tulong po yan. We will be assured or ang flying public, including nasa community, ay safe po. Kung lahat ng drone operators ay may hawak ng license at dumaan sa ganitong training.
Yes po.
Thank you.
Sir Jumbo?
For me, the basics will provide you a very good foundation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ayun, it is officially announced. We have teased it for how many previous weeks and previous days. And it is officially launched today, our DJI official training academy, which is Sky Pixel Technologies. And at the same time, I would like to thank also our guest for giving us the time na makapag-share sa ating public, especially the drones, the rules and regulations, the importance of it. So, thank you so much po, Attorney, Sir Edmond, Sir Jumbo. Thank you for taking the time with us. So, any last words po for our viewers? Let's start with Attorney.
Thank you so much for inviting us. This is a very good way for us to reach out to our users and informing them about, especially about our airspace. So thank you for giving us the platform. And one thing that I would like to add, if our users from the provinces that may find it hard para register, you could send us an email sa ka-app para po mag-request po. Kami po mismo ang pupunta sa inyo. We do not want you to be inconvenienced with all the registration and pagkuha po ng license. You could request us, call your friends, call your family, and then we will go to you. We will schedule it.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Sir Edmond, any last words?
Yeah, thank you for inviting us. Thank you very much. This is one of our projects for this year nga, magkaroon po ng public awareness about drones. Kasi naniniwala kami, drone is the future of aviation. Hindi lang po ito sa mga hobbyists. May ina-expect po tayong entrance dito sa aviation na i-operate in the future. So, nire-ready po natin ang regulation. Yan. So, hindi po kami titigil. Huwag po kayo mag-alala. Nandito po kami para tulungan kayo. Huwag po kayo matakot. Nandito po kami para mag-provide ng safety sa sky. So, just register your drone, know the regulations, and kami na po ang bahala sa inyo. Safe po kayo mga kalipad. Salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Edmond. Sir Jumbo.
Thank you for inviting us. And to every drone user, do your best to follow the regulation.
Yes, well said. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching Above and Beyond with DJI Philippines. And thank you so much to the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. I hope you have learned a lot from this discussion, from this webinar podcast. And see you again next time for our next series. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you so much.